Well, hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I want to take a second just to introduce myself. My name is Tayler, and this is my very own space here on YouTube called Refreshing Motherhood. And Refreshing Motherhood, like this idea was really born for me right around Mother's Day. I was just a few months postpartum and really experiencing all of the ups and downs and glory that is motherhood for the very first time. And as I was looking on social media, I started noticing that I was getting really discouraged, and I felt like all of these other moms who had babies around the same time that I did, or had their fifth baby around the same time that I had my first, were really holding it together and doing a much better job than I felt like I was doing at the time. And I felt really intimidated by that and was wondering if this was something that I was going to be good at. And so I started reaching out to friends and family and other moms that I really trusted and felt safe and comfortable with. And I started learning that all these other moms were going through the same feelings that I was going through. They were going through the hard times and the glorious times and the beautiful times and the messy times. And it wasn't just me that was feeling this way. And so I started thinking, why isn't anybody talking about this? Why isn't anybody making it a point to say motherhood is not easy sometimes, and we all need that support, we all need that encouragement? So I started opening up a little bit on our vlogging channel, and I started noticing the community of people that we had in YouTube were so supportive and so encouraging and saying things like, thank you so much for sharing this, thank you for being honest. And it really got me thinking that I should not be thanked for being honest. That's not something that I feel like is like something that should be rewarded. It should be expected. And so thus came Refreshing Motherhood for me. I just wanted to refresh the definition of motherhood in our society, in our community, because there are so many wonderful things about being a mom. The defining moments are really the hard parts, the struggles, not necessarily the roses and beauty and happiness parts. It's the things where you think, how am I going to get through this? And then you look back and you say, wow, I did it. Like, I made it, and look at this baby that I have, and this light in our life. That is what motherhood is all about. So I am so excited to be kicking off the Refreshing Motherhood series with so many amazing moms here on YouTube. And I really felt like I was personally inspired by all of these moms, and these are moms that I have looked up to in my short motherhood journey. And I felt so strongly that if we all band together and we all start talking about topics that are a lot of times unrealistic on social media, or just unrealistic in your community, in your world, and we just say, hey, I've struggled with infertility and here's how I got through it. I've struggled with postpartum depression. I just posted a video saying that I right now am struggling with postpartum anxiety, and there's tons of other moms who experience that. There's moms who are working moms who are trying to juggle the balance of motherhood and professionalism and a professional life and things that they're passionate about along with their kids. There's moms who are going to be talking about postpartum body image and how your body changes so much after you have a baby. And there's moms who are talking about reclaiming your body after you have a baby and caring for yourself in light of so much that comes on with motherhood. There's so many amazing topics here that I think that we can really discover and uncover the real, raw, and relevant, like I like to say here on my channel. And I think that it's really important, and it's really powerful as mothers to come together and support each other and lift each other up. In light of all of these amazing topics and these amazing moms that I've been working with over the past couple weeks on this cross-channel collaboration, I personally was going through a time with my daughter that I didn't really understand. Was it a sleep regression? Was it teething? Was it hunger? Was it low production? I still don't really know, but I felt like I was really struggling as a mom, and there are many times where I had breakdowns and I would cry to my husband and I would say, I don't understand what I was doing wrong. She was nursing around the clock. She was waking up every 1 to 2 hours at night, whereas before she was sleeping 12, and I didn't understand what what was I doing? And I was constantly looking at my faults and what I was doing wrong for her. And I think that as moms, we can put that type of pressure on ourselves where if anything goes wrong with our baby, if they don't go down easily, if they don't take good naps, if they don't sleep through the night, if they're cranky, if they cry, if something's wrong, the first thing that you think about is, what did I do wrong? And how can I not do this again? So here I am preaching, so to speak, this refreshing motherhood and telling people, you know, have patience with yourself, be gentle on yourself, and, you know, how we can often self-destruct ourselves as moms, and here I am doing it. And I had to take a step back and say, okay, I am doing the best job that I can do for my baby. I am putting her needs first. I want what's best for her. I am doing my very, very best. And sometimes they're going to go through things that we don't fully understand. Sometimes we will understand. Sometimes we're gonna know they're sick and they're gonna be upset, and the routines and the schedules and the advice that you hear from people and saying, oh, you know, well, you're a great mom if you keep your baby on a schedule and she goes to bed at the same time every night. And here I am thinking, she went to bed 2 hours late tonight, I'm a terrible mom. And that's just not true. And I think that as moms, not only do we need to support and encourage each other, but we need to look at ourselves and say, how can we support ourselves? How can we look to ourselves and say, I'm doing a great job. I'm not going to put this on myself as something that I'm doing wrong, and instead turn it around and say, how can I best serve my baby in this moment? How can I give myself a little bit of grace with the situation that we're going through, especially in those very, very, very early babyhood years. And I'm sure that throughout all the years of raising kids that this will hold true. I just don't have experience in that. But in the very beginning, they are growing so fast and they are changing so much to where you think you have it figured out and you're like, man, I got it down. This is, you know, I'm cruising. And then the next day it totally changes. And I constantly have to remind myself to be a little bit more lenient, with not only myself and how I judge the success of my parenting, but be a little bit more lenient with the needs of my baby. And I think that a lot of times we do put that judgment on ourselves when it's just straight up not necessary. So I want to encourage you to go and watch all of these other amazing moms videos. There's going to be a list in the description down below. I will have a playlist pop up in a card for all of these videos. I want you to go and watch them. You know, you don't have to do it in one sitting because there's going to be a lot of videos, but just take your time and watch each of these topics and hear from the hearts of all of these other moms, because together we can really redefine what motherhood is. So I so appreciate you coming to my channel and watching this video. I hope that you got something out of me kind of sharing a little bit about what I'm struggling with right now personally. And I hope that we can join together as a community of moms and really be that village that we talk about. A lot of times I think about that, you know, it takes a village to raise a child, and sometimes that doesn't mean that people who are immediately around you. Sometimes that means a friend who you can contact and say, hey, this is what my baby's doing. I'm about to pull my hair out. I haven't slept in 3 days. I do not know what to do. And they can say, my baby did the same thing. Here's what helped me get through it. You know, have hope, it gets better. Sometimes that's all you need to completely have a sigh of relief and have that little bit of motivation through the journey of motherhood. It is such a beautiful process, but sometimes it is a little bit messy, and that's really okay. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up so I know that you are excited about this series and that you stayed and watched this video. Please go ahead and also subscribe to my channel so you get notified in your subscription box when I post new videos. Right now they are 2 times a week, and I'm just sharing topics that are on my heart, topics that maybe this community has requested of me, and I love being able to do that for you guys. I will see you in my next video. Please make sure you go and check out all of the awesome mamas down below, and I hope that you have a great day, and just remember, you are doing an amazing job. Bye, mamas. I am going to talk about postpartum anxiety and my struggles just as a new mom. And this is something that is a little bit scary for me to talk about. It's not something that I'm like, yeah, I have anxiety, best thing ever. But I think that a lot of moms can relate to it.